More than 40 migrant workers are dead. Most of the bodies are charred beyond recognition. In a matter of minutes, a devastating fire in a building in Mangaf, Kuwait, has destroyed so many lives. The six-storey building was primarily housing nearly 200 men who were living in Kuwait for work, away from their families. At around 4 o'clock in the morning on the 12th of June, it became a house of horror. While everyone was asleep, a fire started in the kitchen and rapidly spread throughout the premises. Most of the deaths were caused due to inhalation of smoke in sleep. Some of the workers tried to flee the inferno by jumping from higher floors, while others succumbed to suffocation as they tried to navigate through the smoke-filled corridors. The local administration has started a probe into how so many people were packed into the building. It was rented by an Indian construction company called the NBTC Group for migrant workers. A majority of them were from Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh. Most of the deceased were between 20 and 50 years of age. More than 20 victims were from Kerala. All of them were working in Kuwait in the hope of a better life so they could sustain their families back home. With a million-strong diaspora and the largest expatriate community in Kuwait, Indians constitute about 21% of Kuwait's total population and 30% of its total workforce. While Kuwait depends on the Indian workforce, their living conditions are deplorable to say the very least. They stay in cramped rooms in semi-constructed buildings or in labour camps like the one that was gutted in Mangaf. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi said the condition of our workers in the Middle East is a serious matter of concern. Fellow Congress MP Shashi Tharoor said it's a reminder, sadly, of how much our migrant workers suffer when they go abroad, hoping to make something to support their families at home, and they end up in these kind of terrible conditions.
It's a reminder, sadly, of how much our migrant workers suffer when they go abroad, hoping to make something to support their families at home, and they end up in this kind of terrible conditions. I pray and hope that the government of Kuwait will take very stern action against whoever is responsible and will also help compensate the families who lost their loved ones. We all feel a great pain and condolence for the families, because these are the breadwinners who have been supporting their families at home.
Many opt for Gulf countries not only because of the high demand for unskilled Indian workers, but because the earnings are significantly higher than that at home in India. But nearly 50 such foreign workers paid with their lives simply because authorities turned a blind eye.